Hi folks, we're going to go over the programming feature in one of our Baileigh press brakes here. Very common machine. This very common controller for us as well. We're going to go into the programmable mode of this controller and show you how to set it up and what we're going to do. Now if you saw the video before this one here, which we went through the single bend mode here, that's going to answer actually a lot of your questions on program mode, but let's get into it and I'll show you what it's about. So like I said, when we turn the machine on, it's always going to take us to single bend mode, which is okay. If you do want to move this machine manually, you can do so. These keys right down here allow you to move that back gauge and the pressure manually, simply by pressing the plus arrow or the minus arrow. You can see how I am moving that back gauge, and you can tap these and try to get it really close to a specific distance. Same thing with the Y. We just have to scroll down to the Y and hit our minus and our plus to make that pressure adjustment there. And you can get real minute adjustment here as well. If you want to do that more rapidly, if you hold down the little hand here and hit the plus or minus key, that function is going to move a lot more rapidly for you. Same thing on the back gauge. Hold the hand down and plus or minus at the same time, it's going to move more rapidly for you. So that is a manual function on there that you can use. And now going back to the program mode, by hitting the P button here, that's going to take us through all the screens that this controller even has. There's our single bend mode. If I hit it again, here's the program screen, and then one more screen that is on here, really nothing for an operator to do anything in, but there is a construction screen here, which is all preloaded, defaulted information from us here. So that is all set in there as well. If there's any issues with back gauge out of square or out of alignment with what it's saying to the controller, or the adjustments wrong, the recalibration basically is happening within this screen, but should be all set here from us. Then getting into the program mode, this is the program mode. You can see number 1 there is highlighted, and what we can do is we can simply scroll through all these programs as I move along here, and you can see 40 is our maximum. We can have 10 bends within each one of these programs. You're not naming the program is already named 1 through 40. So this is program 1. Let's go into program 2. Actually, let's go to program 3, because I think there's some information in here I want to show you how to do it from scratch. So we're in program 3. Let's go ahead and hit the confirm button. That takes us to the beginning of program 3. Now ST means how many stations or bend cycles basically that you're going to want to have within this one. Like I said, we can have up to 10. Let's say we want 3 in here. There's the number there. Again, we have to confirm it. We confirm it, it locks it in. Now we're in program 3. However, we're going to have 3 different bend types, 3 different results within this one program right now. If we wanted to set a piece count again, like single bend mode, we can do that here. And that's going to default to our current piece count. Again, if we want to put any delays with that hold time, we can do it here if we want, that sort of thing. Once we have this pretty much set though, we're going to just hit the right arrow here, and that's going to take us to the first station of bend program number 3. So we're in program 3, we're in the first station of number 3. So here again we have the X and Y, which we cannot alter. That's position for the machine. We're only changing the XP and the YP and all these values underneath. So XP, again, is referring to our back gauge. What distance do we want it at? Let's say we want this at 4 inches. And then confirm that. That puts that in there. Let's say we want to adjust our pressure relative to our plate. Let's just put this at 1.5 inches of travel basically. Enter it. Our DX again is our retract distance. How far back do we want that back gauge to move once a bend is started, and it's going to come right back up to the beginning. Because this is the first station, we'll leave it at 0. If I scroll down here to the RP, what that means is repetition basically. How many cycles of this one station do we want this machine to do before it moves to station number 2? Let's say we want actually let's leave this at 0 because that makes more sense, or at 1 rather. And so this station basically is set at this point. Now we can move to station number 2. When I hit this right arrow, you'll see that number up there move to number 2. Now we're in station number 2. So now in the XP, again, we can change our back gauge. Let's make this 10 inches. Confirm it. Our YP, again, we can change that as well. We know that it was an inch, inch and a half on the last one here. It's obviously going to be the same, unless you're changing materials here, but I kind of doubt it. And we're going to confirm that. Our DX, now let's say we want to have a retract, because now we already have one bend in there. We want to have a retract to get it out of the way. Maybe we're doing heavy plate. We don't want that, that back gauge getting hit at all. So we put in a retract. Let's put in like a 3-inch retract, meaning it's going to back up 3 inches when that bend starts, and it's going to come right back up to 10 inches when that bend is finished. Confirm it, and that's in there. Repetition, let's say for instance we want to do this 2 times before we move to number 3 station, and confirm it. So that's what we got there. That's all set. We can move to station number 3, and you'll see that change when I hit the arrow here. We're just going through it from left to right. Again, XP, we can change that. Let's make this 1 inch. Confirm it. Got to change our pressure here to what we're working with. Enter it. No retract on this one, and we'll just do that 1 time. And we're good to go. If I was to hit the green button here like we did in single bend mode, it's going to start the program, but it's going to start it where it is on the screen. So it's going to start it at station 3 in program 3, which we don't want. We want to go through them consecutively. So we want to get back to that first program and literally hit your arrow here, and you'll see it flip back into those programs. Once you're back to 1, go ahead and hit the button there, and now it's going to start making the adjustments it needs to that we had set in the controller for this. It's just the pressure first. Now it's moving the back gauge. That should be 4 inches. That should come to. There we go. We're ready to go, and now we can make a bend. So I'll hit the foot pedal here. Make a bend. The machine comes up, and then it automatically moves the X right away. It's not going to move the Y because all 3 cycles were the same. The Y did not change. We only changed that, that back gauge. Now here too, you'll notice it gives you what program it's on out of the 3, and it also here shows you if you have a value in the RP, how many you're doing. This is going to be 1 of 2. Remember, we put 2 in there, not 1. So it's going to do this cycle 2 times before it moves on to number 3 station. So here's, and there is a retract in there as well, which you can see, and that's going to come right back up. And then we got another bend cycle here. And it's going to move now to number 3 station, which you can see here, which was 1 inch. Okay, we're at 1 inch, and that's the last of this cycle. We can go ahead and move the machine, make this last bend. Program's over, and then it's naturally going to take you right back to the beginning of this program where we started on on program 3, number 1, step number 1. This concludes this video.